Hey everybody, welcome back to the BeamNG.drive Tough Car Challenge. Today's contestant is the ETK Kc4t. This is the entry level K-series with a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine and I believe this is an automatic transmission and rear wheel drive. The the K-series is our worst performing vehicle so far on the Tough Car Challenge, with its bigger brother with the 6-cylinder diesel only mustering a pathetic 1 1/4 lap complete rating. Will our 4-cylinder fare any better? Let's hop in it, fire it up, and find out. Let's get going. Alrighty guys, we are in our K series. We're going to go ahead, start the car, turn our lights on to see the gauges better. We're going to go ahead and put the car in the mode that turns off stability and traction control. So those lights are going to be on. So put the car in gear, brake torque the motor. Ooh, cool, it's doing a burnout. In 3, 2, 1, away we go. The 4-cylinder in this car is still pretty powerful. Oh dear. Turn her off, turn her off, turn her off. Holy crap, where are we in comparison to the track? The track's over there. All right, let's crawl out of this car and see what happened already. We are not even, we are an eighth of a lap in and we've already wrecked this thing. What the heck? Alrighty, the good news is the suspension doesn't look to be badly damaged. I can't see the passenger front tire, so I might be eating those words because I can't see it through the brush. Oh, there we go. Eh, alright. From what I can kind of see, it looks okay. We'll find out when we pull the car out. Oh, but I mean, other than that, the car seems to be okay. I mean, other than the fact that it's sitting on its lid. I mean, we landed there, just a bad landing and bounced over. So the tow truck should be here any second. Pull us out, flip us back over, and then we're going to be good to go. Okay, guys, we're back on the track. And without any ado, 3, 2, 1, and away we go. So, unfortunately, in the rollover, it looks like the car did take a little bit of suspension damage, which is okay. That's kind of to be expected, but it also blew our radiator, so that means this car is already on borrowed time. So, we're going to keep a close eye on that temperature gauge, because that will be able to tell us how close we are to losing the motor. With that being said, it's already saying it's not the engine. It's claiming the engine hasn't even warmed up yet. So, alrighty, we are 1/2 of a lap down. When we get to the the start finish line, we are going to go ahead and pull off and give this thing a good look over because it is already pretty badly beat up. You can see our skid mark there from our launch, a good old one-wheel peel. Alrighty. Oh, come on. This car, without its stability and traction control systems, even in 4-cylinder format, if these rear wheels break loose, it is going to be very snappy. Oh, very skid happy, I should say. Oh dear, come on. Alright, here we go. Pulling into the pits. Stop, park. Let's shut everything off. Alrighty, let's go ahead and hop out of the car and take a look at the damage. Okay, guys, overall, the car doesn't look too terrible. I mean, we knew the front end is a little smushed on this side from its rollover. The bumper's pushed back in the tire. Looking at the suspension, The front end looks okay. Hood's obviously borked, but so we don't really have much of a point of reference here. Because look, yeah, it looks like the whole front end got shifted over in the one rollover. Looking back here, it looks like the rear end's okay. I mean, we do have a pool somewhere, so something is out of whack somewhere along the way. It looks like all of our... Oh, wow. Passenger side door window never shattered on the rollover. Nice. Anyway, it still runs and drives. We have one lap down. Will it make it another quarter lap and beat the uh, Kc4t? Let's hop in it, get going, and find out. Okay, fired up. Lights on, parking brake off, put it in drive, and brake torque it. 3, 2, 1. Release the brakes, and away we go. All right, it looks like we have a very small, a small leak because our temperature gauge has not risen. And actually, while we were parked, we weren't steaming it at all. So I wonder if that break in our radiator is that minor that it's not affecting the vehicle yet. All right, here we go. Oh dear. Oh! Holy crap, where are we? Okay. Uh, that was one heck of a ride. Okay. Good thing the map's in the GPS. We can kind of figure out where we're at there. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead, crawl out of the car, and let's take a look at it. Okay. This car has definitely seen some better days. You could tell the front end is pretty well mangled. Looking at the front suspension, I have the wheels set dead straight, and then both wheels are kind of kinked out. Plus, that wheel is kinked in. But that's also where the car landed the hardest, was right on this corner. Surprisingly, the bumper didn't get damaged. So I wonder if it more landed on here and the rest of the metal just gave with it. I really don't know. Anyway, this thing shedded. This thing, I don't know where. Okay, I see the bumper back there. There's one headlight here. Odds are the other headlight, I think that's it right there. So actually, we know where most of the parts are. Actually, that could have been a taillight. I don't know, because it looks like we lost a taillight too. Either way, we're going to go ahead and get this thing back on its wheels, and we're going to see if it runs and drives. And if so, we're going to come right back over to that intersection right there to restart the lap. So let's see what happens. Well, the good news is the car does still run and drive. I did have to take the hood off because, well, it was too badly damaged to allow me to still see where I was going. So we went ahead, took the hood off, and it got chucked right over there. All right, so without any further ado, into drive, and away we go. So we are already at past the 1.25 lap rating. I believe we're coming up to... Oh, it'd help if I was paying attention to the road and not my score sheet. All right, anyway, we're coming up to 1.5 laps now. Will this car be the redemption for the K-series? Who knows? All right, here we go. Ooh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, that is death of the car. Engine blown, the friggin' drive shaft blew. That's it. Damn. That would have been a lot nicer. It would have been nicer to get this car farther, but that is the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Anywho, we're going to go ahead, hop out of the car, and take a look at the damage to the K-series. Okay, so it does not look really good. Even if the car was savable, I'm not sure if it would have still driven. This suspension tower is completely, actually both sides, is completely through their respective fenders. Uh, the front part of the front subframe is jammed into the engine. That's most likely why even if the drive shaft would have survived, it will not start. And I wouldn't be surprised with that whole subframe moving around if it just compromised the drive shaft and broke it or broke the rear end so the car would not be able to move. Um, the front suspension here is pretty well destroyed. It's not even connected to the car's steering anymore. So that wheel still is, and we still have, and you could tell just looking at that side how badly damaged the suspension is on that corner. Um, I mean, golly. Anyway, the Kc4t's rating will be 1 in 5/8 laps completed. So with that rating in hand, let's pop into overhead view and discuss where the uh, K-series falls on the leaderboard. Spoiler alert, it's near the bottom. Let's get up to overhead view. Oh, the oh so familiar overhead view. All right, our K-series ended up right here at the base of the Widowmaker. That puts the rating, as we just said it, 1 in 5/8 laps completed. That is a tie for next to last with the Hirochi SBR4 rear-wheel drive base. Um, it both these cars are in front of, as I mentioned earlier, the ETK Kc4t with 1 1/4. The Kc4t is behind the Abysmal 200BX Type LS with 1 7/8, the Bruckle Legrand Sport with 2 1/3, and the Gavril Grand Marshal V8 with 2 5/8. So again, it it the Kc4t did much better than the 6D did on the track. However, again, it is obvious when reviewing the track, except for a couple outliers, the more performance cars are going to be at the bottom of this track because they're not built for the rallycross things, the rallycrossness. While you could also argue that vehicles like the Autobello Piccolina is not built to take this type of track, it still managed to go well over 5 laps before it died out. And to me, that just comes down to power. This is not a power circuit, so cars with more power are more likely to do worse unless they are heavy as heck. Looking at the Gavril T series, or they have they're very good at handling, and if they take damage, they can still go, i.e. the Hirochi SBR4 all-wheel drive. I believe that car lost a wheel during testing, and it still went around the track a little while longer before the engine gave up. But uh anyway, that is it for this episode of the Tough Car Challenge. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please like, please subscribe, all that good fun stuff. Until next time, guys, have a good one.